Yo, what's going on? Back like we never left, back in the basement, doing what we do in person this time to
In
give
the
y'all the
flesh.
vibes.
Ain't no Zoom today, baby. We here.
Fresh off a W. We're gonna start off by doing a little toast. Getting everybody involved here. So we want you to put up your coffee, your orange juice, your water. If it's soda that you're drinking, if it's your Starbucks drink, we want to just toast to the first
Or
victory.
if it's tequila like us.
If it's tequila, okay? We're gonna toast this one up for Bills victory. First one of the year, first to many. So salute to that.
Big dubs.
Boom. And now that that's out the way, we're gonna talk business. I ain't even gonna act like we have a whole lot to get into when it comes to this Washington game, but we definitely want to go over the positives. If there is any room for improvement, we'll cover that. But let's focus on the positive. We're coming off of a negative week. We're gonna call it what it was. The whole city was feeling down. Josh was getting shitted on, to be honest.
Shitted on. Like, man.
Shitted on.
Granted, he played like shit.
Right.
And he was getting his ass.
Yeah, it was getting tossed around. So,
like, damn, bro, they getting
all up in it.
like you ain't been the top quarterback in the league.
But you want to know what it is? We all got recency bias, right? We all know the last game was Cincinnati.
And when your expectations are through the roof, which they are. So.
And you in year 6, man.
Yeah.
In year 6, don't nobody want to see rookie Josh. Don't nobody want to see mistakes opening night. So we'll get right to it. I know you was at the crib. I was at the stadium from the couch. What did you like? And we can start on offense, go to defense, wherever you want to go.
Again, I'm gonna start just seeing a extremely well balanced scheme.
Yeah.
It everything flowed.
Right.
Nothing was forced. We weren't forcing the ball downfield. They stayed pretty much in two deep shell all day, so they took what was there. Get some yards after the catch, get the running backs involved, get the receivers involved. Excuse me.
Yeah.
Get the tight ends involved. I mean, I love what I saw from the running game. I mean, James Cook is quick, man.
Smooth operator.
And the thing about his running style, when he makes his cuts, he's doing it at top speed.
Yeah.
Like, he's not breaking stride. And you notice a couple times them corners or them safeties on the edge, they have a tough time keeping up. Because he'll make that one little jump cut or this one little sidestep, and he's doing it at full speed. Though. Like, my man is like a
smooth
operator. A glider. Like, his legs ain't moving fast, but it's
fast. And I think somebody brought up a good point, so I can feed off what you just said. It was like when he hits that corner, his body has a way of knowing how to shift upfield. And still hit that corner and get the extra yards. Because some people hit the corner and they run out of bounds. They lose their balance. They start slipping, tripping. We've had running backs like that.
Super smooth and elusive runner. Like, he's just a natural runner.
Yeah, good balance, good toughness.
Yeah, and his yards after catch so far this season has been, or I'm sorry, yards after contact.
He's finishing runs too.
I say, yo.
He finishing runs too. I saw a couple runs when I watched the game back.
Ran that corner over on the sideline. I said,
Yeah. And you know, and he'll look at you for like 2 seconds. He ain't gonna look at you for long, but he gonna look at you for like 1.5.
I said, okay.
And he gonna let you know. Like,
And that man is all of 190.
Listen.
On a good day, probably.
Right. He not as big as his brother. His brother got to be like 215. Yeah. He's smooth 190.
Yeah, but he's his
Florida tough.
And the thing about him, though, like his change of pace is crazy. Like he'll set you up with a little bit of not like a dead leg, but he'll hit you slow. All of a sudden, 1 or 2 steps and then take off. Like, it's very deceptive how he runs.
And we saw those flashes last year. I remember the Cleveland game. He showed great flashes. I remember the Pittsburgh game when he saw touches. Tennessee at the beginning of the year when he got fourth quarter reps. Like, he gave us flashes last year, and I think the coaches were like, all right now, this will be your chance.
Yeah,
this
will
be
over 5 yards a carry.
Yeah, average 5 over 5 a
year. And even last week, like, he was close multiple times to really breaking a few. He kind of was pressing that hole a little too long and wouldn't.
And you give Jets credit too. I mean, they have a better defense.
Had a couple holes that was there. He just was a little slow to hit. Yeah. But this week it was much more fluid, much more decisive.
Right.
And then we got Murray getting involved.
Yep.
And Harris getting involved. So you actually saw the
trio, three-headed monster.
Yeah, I was gonna say the three-headed monster that they're looking for, and it was efficient. I mean, Cook had 15 plus touches, and then each of them probably had 6-7 carries apiece, but effective.
Right.
And what they did do. And again, goal line time, they both came up with a touchdown.
Yeah.
They both got some dirty yards. They both, put their shoulder pads low and, got into that end zone. So, like, it was it was nice to see a glimpse of what.
And I know fantasy owners may not be happy with Cook not getting in the end zone.
See, but the thing is, though, Cook still had like 20 points. I mean, he still had it.
Right. Oh, no. I got him starting in one of my leagues. He had like 19.75 or something crazy.
Yeah, I mean, 120 something.
123 yards on 17 carries.
Yeah.
153, 155 all purpose.
Yeah,
like
another 5-6 catches.
That's
an efficient.
That's a good efficient. And as an RB1,
I mean, that's on pace
sharing the backfield.
I mean, that's on pace for 1,500 yards rushing, almost 1,400 yards rushing.
And my early prediction, I don't know who I told this to. I don't know if I said it on here, was 1,300 overall. I said 1,300 all purpose for Cook coming into the season. And I might have to bump it. Yeah, I might have to bump that to 16.
All purpose, he's pushing.
You know what I mean?
Right now he's on. I mean, granted, two games. But right now, I mean, he's on pace for probably 1,400 alone rushing.
Right. So
you add another 3-4 from receiving.
It should be 4 or 5. Right.
You're pushing 2.
Right.
And if you get 2 from in this offense, if you get that from Cook,
along with what you get from everybody else, you look at a number one offense.
Because this type of the style that they played last week is the type of offense that makes this team extremely dangerous.
Yep.
Because you're telling me, so okay, we can march down the field. We'll do a nice 12, 13, 14 play drive.
Yeah.
I'll keep dinking and dunking underneath.
Yeah.
And if Josh can show he can do this consistently and not get overly aggressive and be fine with taking these little bites, that's gonna open everything else.
And must I add, with being smart, it doesn't mean, and I think Dorsey does a good job explaining this when reporters ask this question. It doesn't mean don't be aggressive down the field. It's just taking those calculated risks. Mm-hmm. So, hey, if I got one-on-one with Diggs down the seam, I can still take that chance. Yeah. If I got Gabe Davis over the middle one-on-one with a safety, I can still throw that jump ball if that's something I like. Mm-hmm. Or if I got Deontay Hardy on a crossing pattern 30 yards down the field, that's still a shot I want Josh to take. But it's all about calculated risk. Yeah. And I think coming off the Jets game, I think all of the fans here who've seen Josh have those efficient games. So we've seen it before. This is not nothing brand new. Like, he won AFC Player of the Week. Shout out to Josh on winning that award for like the 100th time. It seemed like
it.
Every time he's won that award, it seems like it comes off a game like this. Maybe there's more yards, but it's a game where he throws for 300 yards, 4 touchdowns, passer rating of 120, no picks, and he's just being efficient. He has that in his bag. It's just consistently.
I mean, Tom Brady's made a whole career doing this.
Right.
And
Tom Brady.
It's not. I mean, he's fired from a game manager, but he knows when to push it downfield, when to take what's available.
And we talked about it last week with Patrick Mahomes. That's why Patrick Mahomes got to the Super Bowl last year. Was that no Tyreek Hill?
Pushing the ball downfield like crazy.
No Tyreek Hill. I got Travis Kelce who can work 15 to 30 yards. I got Juju who can work in between. I got these other young receivers.
I'm gonna just get the ball in their hands and let them work.
And I'm gonna chill out. Every once in a while, I'm gonna still show you that I got Houdini in the back. Mm-hmm. I could still be a magician. But
death by 1,000 paper cuts.
But I'll pull that out when I need to. Because even Josh, even on a couple of those red zone throws, he still showed he can do some things that other quarterbacks can't. Like the throw to Khalil Shakir.
Yeah, that was crazy.
That's not a normal throw. Backed up, boom, 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 boom. And then the throw to Gabe Davis, right? It's a little bit of no.
Did you catch the end zone angle of that throw?
I kind of did.
It was from the back end zone, so you're looking at the defense.
Right.
And live, I didn't realize how far back he had to throw that ball. Yeah. So he was rolling out to his right. I knew he threw back to the middle of the field, but seeing that angle, realized how far.
That's not a normal throw.
No, that's not a throw. You
don't teach that, and that's why I say, even though it was an efficient game, Josh still made Josh plays.
Right.
It's just like watching Chris Paul, Magic Johnson, LeBron play, and we're like, well, LeBron had 28 points, 9 assists, 9 rebounds, and even though it seemed like, a standard good game from LeBron, LeBron still gonna give you one pass where he throw you the no-look alley-oop.
Right.
He gonna still break away, give you that light flex on the dunk, and you like, why you made that look easy, but we all know that shit tough. It's the same shit with Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes. Is like,
and those are throws you never want to take away from those two.
Right? No, you can't. And like I said, there's really legit only 3 to 4 guys in the league who can get away with making that throw look as simple as they do.
It's like no, yes. It's not a throw.
And it's a 10-yard pass.
But for them, it's
and Josh will tell you, I'm not changing that.
No.
Like
But
y'all can complain about.
That's part of what makes those two. I would say those two because
Those are the main two.
Those
are the main two. You don't see Joe Burrow do that.
That's
like
part of what makes them special.
Yeah.
Is that off script.
Yep. Roll into the right, roll into the left, and that's why we always say, and Josh knows this. When you get those two out the pocket, they are extremely difficult.
Play not over until they in the dirt. And even then,
you gotta watch because Josh showed you.
Both of them been on the way down and just slump.
Bruh, we've seen Josh on his back. Pause.
Bro, what you on?
Swing that shit. Pause. Hey yo, and just be like touchdown.
Nah, we need camera.
I know what Cameron and Mace. Y'all was watching earlier. Yo. They had the ticker going off like the pause count. But like it's wild watching those two play like for certain. Yeah. Because we watch other guys play, they throw the ball well. Jalen Hurts, Joe Burrow, Justin Herbert. We can keep going, but Josh and Pat have that in common where they can make that 12-yard, that 8-yard pass, like look insane. And like I said, even though I was at the game having a good time, even though I had to, rewatch some of the highlights.
AKA slump.
AKA, yeah.
He said I might have took a nap.
I might have took a nap or two. But yeah, I'll let you keep going, man. From the couch, you said you like the balance, you like the efficiency from Josh. Anything else that caught your eye, man?
I mean, it really was just the overall scheme in general. Like, everybody ate.
Yeah.
It wasn't force-fed. I mean, Steph had 6-7 catches. Gabe had 6-7 catches. Cook had his. Both tight ends had about 4 or 5 catches. It was just super efficient. Nothing looked overly difficult.
Right. They
stayed ahead of schedule. Outside of that first 3 and out, the offense was just clicking.
I think they ended up scoring on 6 straight drives. And
they had the one miss at the fourth
at
down.
The fourth and goal or whatever. But like I'll take that.
I already slipped on that.
Yeah.
And it was.
And guess what? I'll take that any day of the week. If you mean to tell me the one time we don't punch it in is on 4th and goal.
And now they got a first down.
And now you gotta they gotta go up against our defense at their own 1 or 2 yard line. Cool. Yeah. Cool. Have fun. Because here comes Ed Oliver. Here comes Greg Rousseau down your throat.
And I was just about to transition to that. Ed Oliver was a monster.
Yeah, he's off to a great start.
That whole game, I'm just like, yo.
He's off to a great start.
If y'all don't give Greg Van Roten some help, and they other guys some help.
And I forgot, he went over there, huh?
Yeah, and get that interior some help. Because, I mean, right off play 1.
Yeah.
He pushed Greg Van Roten back 6'5".
Oh, yeah, I seen you before. Yeah. I know your weakness.
But again, at the end of the day, it was all day.
Yeah.
It was constant pressure, I was like, yo, bro, you on something right now.
Next time I see him, I'm going to have to tell him, like, yo, fam,
I said,
keep it up.
You on one. So, like, it was, I mean, Greg Rousseau, like, he still doesn't have, I think he might have got a sack week 1.
Yeah. But he's still getting after it. He's impacting the game.
He's not right. He's not getting the sack numbers yet, but he is impacting the game left and right. Yeah, he's the one that got the deflection on the pitch.
His game right now, his trajectory is reminding me a lot of Tremaine Edmonds.
I think it's through the roof right now.
But it's reminding me a lot of Tremaine Edmonds because, and probably a slightly, possibly higher ceiling, because I think we saw Tremaine maybe hit his best season maybe last year or the year before.
Yeah, I would say probably last year was probably his best.
The way Rousseau is going, that could potentially happen this year for him, which would be his 3rd year. And you could see this guy by the age 25 being like one of the top 5 defensive ends in the league.
He's still young too.
Right. He's only like 23 years old, 22. So like the fact that he is starting to become very, very tough to block on his side. Like whether it's defending the run or the pass, tackles are having a hard time with him.
Yeah.
When you got that speed, that height, the ability to get off the edge the way he does, he's becoming tough to defend. And then you mix in, like you said, the interior pressure with Ed Oliver, DeQuan Jones, Tim Settle, Jordan Phillips when he's going, Puna when he's in there and throwing Shaq and throwing what's his name? Epinesa, throwing Leonard Floyd when he's healthy.
Yeah,
hopefully he's fine.
It was a nice rotation. I mean, the pass rush wasn't there the all game from the ends. Like it disappeared a little bit. Garoppolo had a little bit more time,
but they made their presence felt. And for
like
me,
a few times, but
without Von, I just need y'all to do that. Like I don't need
y'all
to
have pressure before.
Right.
Like they're not being forced to blitz. I mean, their blitz rate is really low still, and their pressure rate is towards the top of the league. So, like, I mean, that's showing everybody. I mean, they're getting pressure with 4.
Yeah.
So they're being very effective with 4 and being able to put 7 in the backfield.
Yeah, because that's what matters in this league is like the very, very sound defensive teams, especially the ones that are able to create havoc, are those who get pressure with 4. Yeah. And Sean McDermott, he knows that. He did that in Carolina, he did that in Philly. And you look at those teams who are successful on defense of getting teams off the field is still the Eagles are good at that. I know the Eagles aren't probably off to the start they want to defensively because they're still giving up a lot of points. But from the Bills standpoint, they got the type of secondary where even if they don't get home, they can still make a play on the ball. And speaking of making a play on the ball, how about our guy Matt Milano, right? You know, makes probably so far, it's only 2 weeks, the interception of the year. Just disrespectful. Just leaps over our guy Josh Jacobs, a Pro Bowl player, by the way. Probably, I wouldn't say probably top 5 running back in the league.
Yeah, I was watching the game in the yard. I took off on a sprint.
Yeah,
when I saw that, like it's just like, nah, you don't do that. That's a complete disrespect.
Give me that.
It just reminded me as a kid when you
when you moss somebody outside. Yeah, Randy Moss, Big Moss.
Moss. And I'm just like,
you talking crazy too.
That was disrespectful.
Yeah, that's one of the ones.
He wouldn't have been run up and say, yo, give me that shit.
Give me that. You know what I mean? And we've come to
my ball.
We've come to almost expect that type of play from Milano, but it's still breathtaking to see it, like replay. Like you can watch that live in the stadium, we're gonna go crazy, right? But then to come back home, watch the replay. You watch it on your phone, you like, oh no, that was.
He is playing himself right now to being one of the best linebackers in franchise history.
Right.
Like he's starting to put himself in the conversation.
With Cornelius and all of guys. Because you think about, especially off-ball linebackers, you think about who we've had, let's just say the last 30 years. You know, the Shaquille Spikes, the London Fletchers. I know Sam Cowher had a good run for a couple years, and you go past that.
Then they get a little weak for a little bit.
Yeah, you know, those other guys, they kind of came and went. So, like, he's now getting to the point now in year 7, I want to say. Year 6 or 7. I think it's year 7. He's now getting to the point where, like, we can start having that convo. Like, is he the best off-ball linebacker? I know I saw somebody on the radio bring up Jim Haslett. I wasn't around for that. Yeah, I can't speak on that. But of my generation, of my 30-plus years of watching, I gotta say he gotta be up there because you watch, like, he went from us saying, yo, he the most underrated linebacker in the league.
And we don't talk
right. But we used to say, like, I remember 3 years ago, I kept saying, like, dog, we're not talking about Matt Milano enough. Like that's kind of how I feel about Taron Johnson now. Like Taron Johnson right now is definitely one of my best kept secrets on the team because he just totally takes away your slot receiver. Like that's the thing I love about Taron Johnson. And like I said, every once in a while he'll give you a splash play, but I love the fact that Taron Johnson doesn't get enough recognition because if you're coming into a Bills game with a good slot, you can forget about it because my guy Taron Johnson got that guy covered. But back to Matt Milano, 3-4 years ago, we were all banging on the table like the league need to know about Matty. Yeah. Matt Milano was the truth, and now you're finally starting to see. I'm reading the comments from other fan bases, and they're just like, that guy's good. Blah, blah, blah. Because they said prime time, like Bills are playing on prime time now more often. Like I know, this past week was a 1 p.m. game, but Bills are playing on prime time more. So when Matt Milano is showing up on your prime time screen, 58, number 58, plays, pick 6, forced fumble recovery, sack.
A couple plays and shot the gap. I'm just like, yo, bro.
Yeah, you a missile.
Yeah, man. They were disrespecting Jacobs in the run game. Yeah. Like, bro, you in there with -2 yards?
That's crazy.
I said, shit.
Yeah. But I like it, though. I mean, like I said, all in all, we came into this recording saying we ain't going to talk too much about that game, but, like, I think that pretty much covers offense and defense. It's like they played with tenacity. They played discipline on defense.
And I got to give my man Bernard a shout-out, man.
I do, too.
And I'm sitting there waiting for you to come around like, Doug, you're going to have to start putting some respect on my man's name. I said, as long as you're not trying to give him the Dane Jackson.
Dane Jackson forced a fumble. I give him that. But now, I mean, like we talked about last week, man.
Yeah, listen, he's showing it's not too big for him.
Yeah, we talked about it last week, though. It's like, if you start to look at it like, all right, you drafted 2 corners in the same draft. Maybe one didn't work out, but one worked out. Guess what? You take it. Let's pretend that one was the first. Let's pretend Bernard was the first round pick, and Elam was the 5th or 6th. I forgot what Bernard was, but not Bernard, but Benford. Let's pretend that one was taken over the other. Doesn't matter how you look at it. The Bills hit on one of those. Elam, obviously, he may just need a better scheme that fits him, and that's fine. Like, Bills have now, over the last 4 or 5 years, they've drafted so well that they've had to let go of guys like Isaiah Hodgins. They've had to let go of undrafted guys like Nick McLeod, and there's a bunch of others that's not coming to my mind right now, but sometimes you gotta let go of good players. They just might not fit what you're doing at that time. Doesn't mean that they're a bad player, because I still believe Kaiir Elam is a starter in the NFL. I still believe he's a playmaker. It's just that he may not fit exactly what the Bills are doing defensively, and that's okay. Like, we can all be like, you know what? It is what it is. Now, they could still look at certain teams and say, no, we need a guy like Elam out there.
I mean,
Miami is one of those teams.
I feel like a lot of it is more of other players just not giving up their spot.
Well, that too. Yeah.
I don't even think it's the point where Kaiir Elam has ever really played. I mean, in the games he played last year, he never played bad.
Right.
Even in the preseason and training camp, he wasn't out there getting torched every day or getting burnt. It's just Benford stepped their game up.
Yeah.
Jackson stepped their game up. And it's just like you have a lot of talent in that room, and some's got to get.
We talk about the D line too, like Kingsley Jonathan is a prime example.
Yeah, I mean, I can't wait to see him actually get a chance. Shit, I don't know when he ever gonna get a chance.
Yeah, I mean,
like, unfortunately,
maybe due to injury, right?
Get a chance, because even when he played last year, I'm like, he got a little something.
He got motor. He got that engine.
He got that nonstop going.
He got that nonstop. So like we said, man, good to see the performance come together. And I'll go back to Josh. Again, folks, it's okay to tell your quarterback and your franchise guy, your $250 million guy, they got to play better. Mm-hmm. Don't feel bad for saying that. Like, I know some people are kind of like in that space where, oh, y'all were just saying this about Josh, and we were just, guess what? When you are wearing that crown, when you are labeled the best player on the team, you're going to take the praise when you winning, and when you losing, and when you're the reason why we're losing, you're going to take that hit.
You always get more credit than you deserve when you win. You get more blame than you deserve when you lose. Except for last week.
Like, he deserved it. So like,
no way to sugarcoat it.
Right. I don't want people to get it confused or get it twisted. Like, no, people are showing him love because he corrected some minor mistakes that we knew he could correct. And that's the thing. It's like looking at your kid and you disappointed because you know they could do better.
Yeah, bro, get your shit
you came home with a report card with a 61 when I know you an honor roll student. Mm-hmm. Don't do that to me. Because you know if you focus, you can do what you got to do to pass that class. So it's the same thing with Josh. We looking at him, especially me, I'm looking at you as like one of my young boys. It's like, yo, fam, you know you better than that. Like, yeah, I get it. Every once in a while, you get a little crazy. You might get a little disruptive in class, but reel it back in, buddy. You know you deserve to be one of the best in the class. And he deserves to be mentioned as one of the top 2 quarterbacks in the league. Like, there's no doubt in my mind. Like I said it last week. I said it doesn't change my mind that he's a Hall of Fame quarterback in the future. It doesn't change my mind that he'll likely go down as the best quarterback to put on a Bills uniform. It's just that to stay in that conversation, you need to be above and you need to be better and more consistent on a week-to-week basis. That doesn't mean be perfect. That doesn't mean you can't throw interceptions. That's going to happen. You're going to fumble. Like, the NFL is set up where these defenders are the best in the world. Yeah, you're going to run into a fucking Micah Parsons.
Yeah. And there's going to be weeks where it just don't come together. Because, again, the rest of these players are amazing.
They get paid just like he do.
Yeah, these players are amazing. So there's going to be times when it's, yo, bro, I'm out here playing, and it's just not happening.
Offensive line not blocking. The ball slippery today.
Yeah, it's going to happen.
Yeah, we're going to get them snowy games where it's just going to be ugly.
You need this to not be 4 picks.
Right.
Especially but he remedied that real quick.
Because he got it in him.
And the thing that I love about him and his team in general, off of a loss.
Yeah, they know how to bounce back. That's one thing. Like, you can shit on McDermott all you want to. Like I said, we quick to point to coaches when things ain't going right. Because, again, first week, the blame was at 3 people, right? It was at Allen, McDermott, and Dorsey. Now they win by 28 points. Oh, Dorsey ain't that bad. Dorsey isn't that bad. Dorsey wasn't bad the first week. If you want to be completely honest, I gave Dorsey about like a C+ grade because he did not.
I even had a better grade than that because even on all those picks, there were outlets for Josh to hit. Yeah. I mean, if you look at every one of those picks, there was people that were still open. So
for sure,
he schemed people open.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, it's still up for the players to execute that.
Gotta execute.
And that didn't happen. So like, I can't blame Dorsey for those picks because there were options that were better for him to take, but he said, "No, fuck that. I'm gonna throw this ball down here."
I'm YOLO.
So like,
YOLO Josh showed up.
I can't blame the coordinator for that. Like, yo, he had people open.
And then even when we get to McDermott, man, McDermott knows how to rally the troops to get them back in line.
Yeah,
and that's
he get them ready for them games.
Oh,
bounce back games.
Yeah, you play not up to your caliber. He gonna make sure that team comes out the next game and do what they're supposed to do. So shout out to McDermott, shout out to Dorsey, shout out to Allen. I love to see our talented team look like a talented team. Point blank, period. There's no way to sugarcoat it. We don't have to spend too much time on that because that's in the past. But glad y'all was able to put us in a better mood. Victory Monday felt a lot better.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
I mean, this Monday felt a lot better than the previous Tuesday, I should say. So we're going to fast forward to this week. We know we got another challenge in front of us. I know it's easy right now for most people to look ahead.
I don't know why.
Right. And this time we 1-1. Right.
They got more wins than we do.
Right. We 1-1, so we have no room for that.
I mean,
so
we're still probably favorites. But
yeah. Yeah. We 6.5 point favorites right now. Cause you know me, I had to check the spread. But
6.5.
6.5. Oh yeah. You know I had to touch that one. I should have did some more on that, but 6.5. And I hurried up and did that before they changed it.
6.5.
I like it though. You mean to tell me I can't win by a touchdown? Say no more. All I got to do is win 24-17? Say less.
Right.
What you think I'm going there with confidence that I'm going to need a field goal to beat you? Nah, I'm good, bro. I'm good. Get your man Dustin Hopkins or whoever they kicking their ball. He can stay on the sideline. We coming to get in the end zone.
I hear that.
So, but nah, getting into that game, man. What's some matchups you like, man? We can get right to it.
Washington has a very, 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 very good defense.
Yeah.
So
starting up front.
Yeah, and that's the bread and butter. I mean, you got Chase Young, you got Montez Sweat, you got Deron Payne. Like it's not just Max Crosby and then them boys.
Nah, you got talent.
Yeah, listen, we're gonna put all this focus on 98. Those are all 3 first round picks right there. And there's another one I'm missing one. Yeah. The other defensive tackle too.
Allen.
Yeah, is also Jonathan Allen. Is also a first round pick.
Big as hell. Yeah.
It's first round pick. First
overall pick.
Like,
first overall pick. Right. That's tough.
It's talent all up there. Tough. So it's like, yo, pick your poison. Yeah. You can't double team everybody.
O-line versus D-line.
You can't chip everybody.
Hopefully you're ready again, Dion and Spencer.
Yeah, so I mean it's gonna be a similar game plan.
Yeah.
This gonna have to be a hey dog, get this ball out your hand quick. Ain't gonna be too many 5-7 step drops. Nah. Cause unless this O-line is ready to play.
And this O-line is better than last year. Like
I think it's definitely better. But again, this is it's a different animal. This would be more of what you saw week one.
Yeah.
When it comes to the amount of talent up front. Right. And, pound for pound.
One of the more talented fronts in the
league. It may be
up there with Philly and
more talented than the Jets, pound for pound. Again, I don't think they have a player of Quinnen's stature.
Jonathan Allen close, but I get you.
I think there's a different level there. But as a whole, depth-wise.
Because Chase Young got the ceiling.
He just ain't hit that ceiling. Right. But obviously, he can
have a game. Right, he can have a game where
to dominate. Crazy. It's there, so
it's
just he just hasn't stayed on the field. But that's going to be task number one: is to make sure this defensive line does not ruin this game plan.
Yeah, please don't touch my man. But it's funny because I thought about the last time we played Washington, which was 3 years ago. We played in 2020. I remember the game because Emmanuel Sanders had 2 touchdowns that game, and I was working at Value City at the time, and I just remember what we did to them boys.
Yeah,
because I remember Chase Young and the boy, he was chasing them around. That was his rookie year.
That was a bounce back game after that Pittsburgh loss, I think.
Yeah, it was his rookie year, and Josh Allen threw for like 5 touchdowns. Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, I think he had 5 total.
They put up like 41 or 42.
Yeah, it went crazy because I remember I went into that game and we had the same. And I know we weren't recording at the time, but I had the same convo with somebody. It's like, this D line is talented. And
probably literally the exact same conversation.
Right, but the Bills at that time,
Tyler Heineke.
They had Tyler Heineke and I think Antonio Gibson broke one. I think in that game, in the second quarter.
Yeah.
So they had talent on that team. And like you said, Scary Terry might have been in his first or second year, but the Bills was able to put up points. Mm-hmm. Plain and simple. Josh played a great game, and I think it's going to be some of that.
Yeah.
It's going to be playing smart, get the ball out quick, but it's going to have to be a little bit of Josh magic. It's going to come a time where he's going to have to escape something.
Yeah, it's pressure going to come at some point.
Yeah, pressure going to come. He's going to have to escape a little bit. And the tight ends, the running backs, of course, the young, the guys in the slot. I'm talking Deontay Hardy, Trent Sherfield. They're going to have to show themselves because this is going to be one of those games where yards after catch is going to be important.
Yeah.
Because, like you said, they won't be able to step back, 7-step drop back, look 60 yards on the field.
I mean, you can toss those in there every now and again, but it's not going to be a consistent thing. And, they put up 35 last week. Mm-hmm. They showed that, Sam Howell is not...
He a dog.
He's not trash.
He a little Tyler.
He's very unproven still.
Tyler Haneke 1.5.
Yeah, one game last year, only 2 games in this year. But again, he's got not just him.
He can get his welcome to the NFL moment this week.
It's 2-0. I mean, they had 35 up against Denver, whose defense is not trash. Right. I mean, they kind of played like ass last week. But it's a talented defense. They put up some points, so it's like, all right. They riding highs, 2-0. They coming home for another game.
It's just that shit you got shut down. Like as a veteran team, I look at the Bills in this game, and this is why I got them covering that spread. Is that as a veteran team, you got to know how to cancel out a young and up and coming team because overall this is a young team. They got some veterans in there, but if you think about their core guys, we're talking 5-year guys, 6-year guys, 3-year guys, 2-year guys. 4-year guys, 5-year guys. So everybody's within that 2 to 6 range. Mm-hmm. Bills, 8-year veterans, 10-year veterans. The quarterback is a 6-year veteran, 9-year veterans. Diggs is in his 9th season.
Been around the block.
Right. These guys been around the block. You feeling good. You 2-0. Oh, that's cute. We've been 2-0 before. We know how that shit can go into 6 and 10. So all right, line up. Yeah. Because now we gotta play football. And we're one of the best teams in the NFL. So I feel like the Bills just got coming with that mindset. Obviously not overlooking them. Come in that mindset, let's get it. Every inch in that game is gonna matter. Pause if needed. But they just gonna have to come and compete at a high level. And I think they're just gonna have to really just from the jump set the tone. Yeah. Because once you set the tone from the jump, let's say you get up 10, 13, 14, nothing. 20-7, 20-3. They come out in that second half. They can do what they did against Denver, but I feel like this is a different team than Denver because
the response won't be the same.
Yeah, Denver has been riding this roller coaster now for the last 3 to 4 years. Like
the thing is with the Bills though, if they get a lead, they know how to choke the life out of you.
Yeah, they know how to slap you.
We
playing Kyle Allen by the 4th quarter. Yeah, we're not doing that hum. Nah. If we are playing our game, and that's why I say if we're playing our game under control, taking care of the football, defense getting after it. Oh no, that game is 34-10 with 13 minutes left to go. Yeah. And now we got Kyle Allen in the game.
Yeah. Washington got some weapons. I mean, they
Scary
got
Terry,
and they got Jahan Dotson,
Brian Robinson,
Logan Thomas.
Your man Logan
actually stayed on. I feel like I ain't never seen a tight end get hurt as much as him. I feel like every time I look up, bro, it's hurt.
That's somehow. That former quarterback / basketball shit.
Yeah, but I mean, he's when he's on the field, he's a very good tight end.
Yeah,
so he is a matchup mismatch.
But luckily, we got linebackers and safeties who can cover.
But again, Brian Robinson, Antonio Gibson, he's playing like trash so far this year. But I mean, he's still a talented running back. So
still got to pay attention. You got to pay attention, yeah.
And Sam Howell is still a question mark, but so far he has not.
He got the guts.
Yeah, he's not.
That's the key word. Yeah. Anytime you got a gutsy quarterback like him,
Ron Rivera is an excellent coach.
Yeah,
he knows how to get his players ready.
Bielema.
Yeah,
what is it? How you say that?
You got it.
Eric B. I can call it Eric B.
Eric B. enemy.
Nah, Eric B. is also a great offensive mind who's seen this Bills defense.
Yeah.
So, like, I even saw some Commanders fans in the comments of one of the previews I watched, and they were like, well, Eric B. does have experience against this Bills
and
defense.
They got experience against him. Like, they go both ways.
They go both ways. And it's also like Eric B. also had Pat Mahomes when he played us.
Right.
Not Sam Howell. So, it's going to be some things that he may be able to draw up. But Sam might not be able to, execute it like a Pat Mahomes would. So I still give us the edge because of that. I'm looking at the overall experience in this game. Like you said, the most important matchup probably of the day will be Bills O-line versus Commanders D-line. Yeah. But I'm also looking at the matchups like Terry versus Tre'Davious White. I'm also looking at their duo at running back versus our linebackers. Can Terrell Bernard have another solid game? How does Matt Milano affect the game? And like you mentioned, if Logan Thomas is healthy, how is he against our safeties and our linebackers? So there's a lot of smooth matchup, but I definitely agree that most important one is going to be up front. And even when we switch sides, because I think I saw clips of the Denver game that they sacked Sam 4 times.
Yeah.
They got after him. They hit him. Now, he obviously still was able to perform at a good enough level for them to win, but if you let in Denver, which doesn't have a horrible defense, if you let Denver get to you, what do you think Greg Rousseau, Leonard Floyd, and Ed Allen?
They let Denver get out to a quick lead. I'm like, listen, if y'all try to pull that next week, it's going to be a different ending.
It's going down. It's going down basement. So definitely looking forward to those key matchups. I did say we're not going to hold people long. So in these last 10 to 15 minutes, I do want to get a couple predictions out the way. We'll start with the Bills prediction, and then we'll move around the league if we have time to talk about upset or any guaranteed picks. But I will say I'll give us both credit. We were pretty good on the prediction of the Bills score. We weren't too far off. I know he had a double-digit win of about 17 points or something like that. I had the Bills winning, I think 31-13, so 18 points, and we ended up winning by 28. So it is what it is, but coming off of a game that we lost, I was trying to be semi-conservative. This game, I'm going to go 27-17. And just to throw some things out there stats-wise I see coming, I see Josh Allen running one in. I think Stephon Diggs gives us about 7 catches, 110 yards. I think Stephon Diggs looks at this matchup as, hey, I'm going back home, number one. He's from the DMV area, and I don't see a corner on the other side stopping me. So have fun. Now, I mean, y'all got a great D-line and all that, but I don't see a corner on y'all side that's going to get in front of my face and stop me from getting in that end zone. So I'm looking at it like a 100-yard day from Diggs, 7 catches, 1 touchdown. Like I said, I see Allen running one in, and I see it not being an easy game, but I see Bills pulling away in the second half and being able to at least cover that spread. So I'll say 27-17. How you see it?
That's close to what I was saying.
Okay.
I was going to go 34-16.
Okay.
I don't think the game is going to be closer than the score indicates. I think the 34, I think that's going to be some late scores. But I think it's going to be a 1-score game.
Majority of the game?
The majority of the game until fourth quarter time. Because I just don't think the Washington has the horses to really hang with them for 60 minutes if the Bills are actually on their game. So, I mean, I think it'll be a 1 to 2 score game the majority of the game.
They keep it competitive.
And then as the fourth quarter wears on, it's just, again, the gates are just going to open up, and then it's going to be a couple, 10 to...
Miscues, might be a fumble here.
10 to 14 points late just to kind of really put it out of
But
reach.
that separation.
But I don't think it's going to be a blowout.
Nah,
even though the score indicates it wasn't a close game, I think it's going to be a lot closer than what the score indicates, because I do think that Washington has talent across the board.
They do. It's just, again, the Bills have the horses, and we talk about it all the time. There's a reason why I had them winning 13, 14 games. Well, really 12 to 14, I should say, because the Bills have a roster full of, when healthy, about 6 or 7 all-pro guys, and then they have the ability to really turn it up a notch on any given week. Like we saw last week, 38 points in their sleep. That's what it pretty much seemed like. It seemed like they woke up, they said, first drive didn't go our way. All right, time to roll off 38 points. And then boom, it happened. So like, they're just that talented of a team that when the Bills are playing at their level, again, it's about playing mistake-free football, keeping that pocket as clean as you can, because I know it ain't gonna be perfect. Like I said, Allen is gonna have to pull a couple things out his you know what. It's gonna have to happen because you're not blocking Chase Young and those guys for 4 quarters all game long. I don't care how good your line is. They're gonna get loose a couple times. Josh just gotta be Josh in those moments, and I think that's what will create the separation in the big moments, especially in the second half. Like, I could see the first half really being 13-7, 13-10. And us just being in the stands, because I'll be in D.C., by the way. Shout out to any fans that's going out there. I could see us kind of being up in there like, all right. But I'm already coming in the mindset like, first half going to be a fight. We're not going to be able to hop off 20-0. It's going to be a fight. So Bills have proven over the last 3 years they're a second half team. It is what it is. Second half, they like to roll their sleeves up. Josh like to figure it out, and they get that engine going. So, like I said, 27-17, 34-16. Either way it goes, I like it. Any statistical predictions you got going on?
Yeah, so I agree with you. I think Diggs is gonna have a big game. I'm gonna go
might go crazy,
even higher. I mean, I'm thinking 150 plus.
Ooh,
I think he
the
has
Diggs special.
A really big game.
Yeah.
I'm also calling another Dawson Knox touchdown.
Dawson Knox.
I mean, my man has a touchdown damn near in every game the last 8-9 games.
Yeah.
Like,
I'll throw in the James Cook touchdown too, by the way, because I think James Cook is due for one. I know he has to get it normally from 15, 20 yards out on this team. But I think James Cook
get
is
that ball inside the 5, it's a wrap.
Yeah.
He ain't seen them touches.
Yeah, he ain't seen that.
I know sure.
Which way? 7-7. Yeah. A touchdown is a touchdown, but James Cook.
He gonna need 10+ yard touchdowns.
For the rest of the season. But I think he can sneak in one. But I'm really feeling more confident about Diggs. Allen, like I said, I feel like he wants to let y'all know. I know the 7 yards was nice because it means I didn't have to do nothing, but I can still break off 15 and get in the end zone. So Allen might sneak one in there on y'all boys, but yeah, I'll leave it at that. And also looking around the league, we'll do a quick snap. Any wild game? Because I remember last week was an ugly one. I ain't gonna hold you. It wasn't much of nothing out there really to choose from as far as upsets go. This week it might be slightly different because I ain't looked. You want to put that in the mail? I'm gonna look too.
Yeah, so Thursday's Giants or San Francisco.
I'm ignoring that because Saquon is out. Without Saquon, I got San Fran by 14.
It's a wrap on that one.
Okay.
Yeah, so we got.
I see potential on one, and it might be because I want it to happen. Yeah. So I'll say the first one I see. I got Denver beating Miami by 3.
I didn't see that coming. At Miami?
At Miami. The reason why I'm going there with that one is because I feel like right now, low key, Miami is in that mode right now. We seen them beat New England by 7. And I didn't get a chance to finish watching that game because I fell asleep when that Sunday night game come on. But I feel like Denver is in a weird spot because Denver, as we know, can be very inconsistent. Russell Wilson, we can talk about how he's playing, but Denver can literally give you a game where they drop 35 and look great, or they can give you 11
How
points.
you get to 11?
And Russell Wilson just looks like great value Tyrod. So I don't know what Denver is going to do against Miami, but I do know they do have a solid defense. Russell Wilson does still have weapons, whether he uses them or not, that's up to him. He does still have weapons, but I do want to see that Denver defense match up against Miami to see what they can do. Now, I know they got a different defensive coordinator. I know Fangio isn't there anymore.
They got some corners, man.
But they got some corners. They got safety there, Kareem Jackson, who loves to hit.
They got some players.
They got some players. It's just I just don't know when Denver's going to put it together. That's the weird part for me. It's y'all got talent. Y'all got veterans, too. It's not. We're not even talking about young talent.
The whole team has talent. Their team is just so strange. I just don't understand how you them and the Chargers. It's how can you not? Y'all got talent all over the board. How can y'all not put it together and have even a semi-successful team? What the fuck is going on, man?
So that's what I'm saying. I'm hoping because, like I said, I love to see stuff shake up in the NFC.
I ain't gonna be mad if Miami. I would love to see Miami come here 3-0.
I would too, but
come on, dog. Because you're gonna be riding cloud 9. Oh, you really feeling yourself?
Yeah, we coming here.
All right, you 3-0. That's okay.
To meet Greg Rousseau. Boo! Here comes that. Yeah, that's gonna be a fun game. But like I said, I ain't looking ahead. That's gonna be a fun week 4 matchup. But anybody else on there that we?
Yeah, I mean, I look at this Chargers Minnesota game. It's on paper, it's not a sexy matchup, but
they both desperately need wins.
0-2, both of them. Somebody's season is literally on the line in week 3. Granted, a lot of stuff really can't change. But
panic mode.
Teams don't start 0-3 and make the playoffs.
Yeah, not really. Yeah, it's
and again, I think those are both 2 talented teams. I think the Chargers is way more talented.
It's gonna be a shootout,
but it's Kirk Cousins is low key playing some of the best quarterback play around the league.
My fantasy quarterback right there,
and they have nothing to show for it. Yeah, and Chargers,
who knows?
don't know how the hell they.
Are we blaming it on the coach? I don't know.
Yeah,
or is Herbert just glorified Philip Rivers?
I don't know, man. Staley might need to go.
It might be Staley.
Staley may need to go because you got way too much talent to not.
I got one other sleeper upset too. As I'm looking at this shit now too, is and this may be a stretch, but Chicago over KC.
Yeah, that's a stretch, bro. I can't get on.
It's a big stretch because honestly, KC can go in that game and beat them 37-10,
57.
Damn near, but. I'm still holding out hope because they were one of my sleeper teams to start the year. I'm still holding out hope that Chicago and Justin Fields just like somehow
it's
figure it out.
It's not clicking.
You did all these moves in the offseason. Cause I remember
they picked up a lot of talent.
They picked up, obviously our guy Tremaine
and a lot of other
linebacker from the Eagles.
DJ Moore.
DJ Moore. They picked up the running back from who they got the running back from Detroit or somebody like that. So like they got guys. Yeah, they got guys. It's just like really? Is this what y'all really gonna put out there to show for? Because like I said, I want to see Justin Fields play well. He showed flashes last year. I want to see DJ Moore get in the end zone. He's one of my fantasy receivers. I want to see Tremaine Edmonds ball out.
Man, 16 tackles last week.
Oh, Tremaine?
Yeah.
Okay. But it's like when it's
good or bad. I ain't putting up Leslie.
Yeah, 5 yards behind the line. But like I want to see them show me something. So like I said, that's a low key sleeper for me. Do I have faith that Chicago can really pull it off? No. Nope. But if I'm gonna go out on a limb and like jump off and say, ooh, these two situations might come, just call me the wizard if I do get it right. But Chicago over KC. In overtime, and then like I said, I got my what was the first one I said?
Oh yeah, I switched over to Monday.
That was Denver over Miami. Like I said, two wild card situations. But for my early predictions, I would like to see that happen.
Yeah, so I'm actually interested in both Monday night games too. It's
who they got playing?
Philly at Tampa, and then Rams at Cincinnati.
Rams at Cincinnati though? Joe Burrow out?
Is he?
They keep saying they flirting with the idea of putting him on IR. I don't know.
Yeah, so like again, Cincinnati at 0-2 with Ravens at 2-0.
Wait, is that Ravens or who? Oh, you just saying like
no? Yeah.
Right, I got you.
Ravens being 2-0 right now, right. And Cincinnati at 0-2.
Mm-hmm.
They can't drop down to 0-3. And try to keep serving the AFC North.
True.
And Cleveland is super up and down, but they have a lot of potential on that team too. So since he went out 0-3, that's going to be a tough hole to climb out of. So, and Rams haven't been playing bad. I mean,
Matt Stafford's still playing, right?
Yeah, Matt Stafford's still playing. Kyron Williams looking like a legitimate NFL running back.
I need my man Higbee to keep killing tight ends.
Well, yeah, man. He's going to have 77 receptions this year.
That's my tight end.
No yards after catch. He's going to get you 8 yards in the tackle.
I need something from my man Higbee.
Even at Philly-Tampa. Philly hasn't been playing great at all.
But Baker has a chance to really make a statement.
Yeah, Baker's been... They shouldn't have any wins based on what's really there. Like, granted, they still have talented players, but, coming into this year, don't really expect the Tampa to really have much of anything.
And I look at it, again, as another opportunity for Baker to prove
his career is on the line.
Yeah, his career is on the line. Right. And, like, if he can, like...
Because if this don't go well, he's going to be a career backup.
Because let's look at that division just for 30 seconds. It's nothing that... So... If Baker can take this Tampa Bay team and win that conference, win that division, because you got Carolina, the Saints, and you have, what's the other thing? Atlanta. Baker, you can win that division.
Right.
So, hey.
You roll out of bed, you're already probably the second best quarterback in the division.
Right. Just you got talent there. I think the linebacker came back there, so you got Levante David, you got Devin White still there. You still got Antoine Winfield Jr. Yeah. You still got Mike Evans there, which they keep trying to ding on him for trade talk. You got Godwin there. It's talent on that football team. So Baker, I know you're not listening, but this is kind of your opportunity to.
This your chance.
Yeah, because look at Sam Darnold. He doesn't have a legit chance to be starting anywhere. We know Rosen is out the league. We know what Lamar and Josh is doing. So like, out of that draft, you can be the third one to be mentioned like, I wasn't a bust.
And Philly hasn't really played up to their talent level.
Not like completely dominant. Because honestly, I thought coming into this year, I was like, they might win 15 games. Yeah. Again.
Yeah, so I mean, I know their schedule is much tougher this year than it was last year, but I still thought they easily had a chance to do
that roster is stupid.
Easy double digits.
Yeah, that roster is stupid.
But I mean, granted, they've won both games,
right?
So you can't take that away from them. But it's still, you can tell it's still not.
They haven't had their Bills performance yet, where they just completely dominated the team.
It's kind of like, can Tampa, pull something out, rabbit out the hat?
That would be an upset, though. I mean, that would even at 2-0, that would still be an upset. So
100%.
Yeah, so that's something to watch. And you said that's 2 Monday night games on?
Yeah, back-to-back weeks, 2 Monday night games.
Now, how long are they doing this for the season? Because I don't know.
I need this to end. I don't like the 2 Monday.
I was
going to ask you how you feel about the 2 Monday.
I didn't like it. Number one,
the games last week was also
right.
trash.
I was about to say that didn't help. Yeah. But
I'll see. I think this week will be a better indicator.
It will, but at the same time, like I'm still old school, where it's like
it's too much.
Yes, we grew up in a generation where.
But I do like the earlier time slot though. That's
right.
7,
Oh yeah,
15,
give me 7 any day. Because if I get off work at 5 and I get home at 5:30,
I can be in bed by like 10.
You mean right? And you mean to tell me I can do whatever I do when I get home, shower, whatever, and then by 6:30 when I'm settled in,
winding down,
I got a game coming on in 30 minutes. Yeah. That's a great feeling. But at the same time, I like to pay attention to certain shit, and if I gotta flick back and forth, and if I
I do the double screen sometimes.
Bro, I'm not. Listen, I'm old.
Put my TV.
Yeah, I'm too old for that shit. On one screen. Yeah, please. So that's the annoying part, but I see the vision, but my attention don't work like that. Like I'm
I was cool with them. They were doing it week 1. Because but even those weren't overlapping. You had the earlier game and you had like a West Coast game, and it's like, all right, I can work with that week 1. But like the overlapping, like I don't think I quite love.
Don't play with my mind like that.
But again, I think this would be a better test with what should be 2 better games, because the games on Monday last week was dogs.
No, don't give me that.
Who was it? That Carolina
Saints game was doo-doo.
I say, yo, don't
play with me like that. Like, I get it. He the number 1 overall pick.
No,
but y'all know he not ready yet. Y'all know he not. If the man can barely throw 150 yards,
do not put any
NFC
South game on prime time
for
the rest of this year.
Yeah, and don't get me wrong. I like the fact that Atlanta is balling. Kudos to them. But outside of Bijan Robinson and a couple other guys on the team, I'm not trying to see them on prime time.
He is amazing.
He nasty. Yeah, that's my fantasy running back.
Are out of this.
He like that.
Like, yo, it's almost unfair.
He's like that.
I say, yo, this dude is another.
But they said that throughout the scouting process, like throughout the draft, they kept saying this dude has the talent to be the number 1 overall pick. They said he won't because the way the NFL values running back. But they like, from a skill set standpoint, this guy's the best guy in the draft. So I'm not surprised. That's why when my draft came up, I think it's our draft and the one that we got, the Texas versus New York. I was glad that he fell in my man. I was like picking number 9 or 10. He was there. I was like, click. Yeah. He gonna get touches. So, but that's like I said, we went on a little bit, but I that's pretty much what we want to touch on. Like I said, this isn't rivalry week, so it's a little different from Jets week, Miami week, but this is still a week that's important because it's a week to get above 500.
Yep.
It's a week to stack another W. It's a week for Josh to continue to build confidence in the way this offense is going to be.
He had a good win last week. Do it again.
Yeah, he had a good week. Offensive show balance, defense getting after it. I feel confident that we're going to take care of business, cover the spread, and everybody that's traveling out there, safe travels. Like I said, me and the gang, we will be out there traveling with my in-laws.
Are you at it this weekend?
Yeah, man. We try to do a couple a year, a couple road games, and this is one that we selected. So, hey, DC, get ready for the Browns, Johnson. Yeah, everything. We out there, we outside. It's gonna be the gang in. All that fun stuff. So yeah. Why you laughing? But nah, you see the familiar face.
Fucking 12. That's
but nah.
Get ready for the Browns, Johnson. I gotta grow up at some point in life, y'all. I'm sorry.
But nah, this is
hope the rain stay away.
The Browns,
no some rain in the forecast. So I'm hoping. I need Karen right here.
I know, right? Hey, yo, come on, boy.
Hey, yo,
come on, man. I'll let you slide. Nah, but for real though, like, should be a fun weekend.
Get ready.
Traveling, praying for everybody that's traveling right now. Like I said, wherever you're at, I got my family doing certain things right now, having fun and traveling and stuff. But whatever you're doing right now, close out this month strong. I know we'll catch y'all again next week, but let's go Bills, that's what we got to do. You got any last words for them?
Nothing crazy, man. Let's get another dub. Oh, shout out to my boy Port. Wedding is on Friday.
Ooh.
So congrats to you, big dog.
Congrats, family.
We're going to do a little weekend wedding turn up for you. So
Hey.
it's going to be fun. But other than that, it's going to be Go Bills. We're going to see y'all next week.
Go Bills, go blue, red, white. We're going to hold it down. And like I said, y'all, stay true to what y'all do. And let's get another W.
Yes, sir.
Peace out.